I think the oil thing is enough to keep him from having to talk about whether or not he's getting ready for his next blood sacrifice ritual, or whether or not he's about to get plowed by 15 guys so he can officially be a part of the boule.
Real life. If it ain't real life, just say real life street star. You know what time it is.
Can I take a quick sidebar on that real quick? I gotta get your take
Oh,
because Philly smells like right now. Everyone's on strike. They're not picking up no trash, and they feel like they are not getting paid. And even the mayor had to step in and speak on Philly and the sanitation workers. Give me just because that's home for you. Give me your take.
sounds like France.
Sounds like France.
That's what they do in France. When they get pissed off and they don't get paid right and they don't get the things that they want, they let the trash stack all the way up to 4th floor walk-ups. They let the rats build little little jungle gyms and what are those things? The bouncy houses. Yeah, the rats do that. They do that in France. Yep. That's what it sounds like to me. Sounds just like France. I told y'all I left my home because it was breaking my heart and I knew it wasn't going to get any better and I wasn't going to stay there to watch it all fall apart. I just couldn't. Did I not?
Hmm.
Does it don't sound like it's gotten much better.
Yeah.
And maybe if they weren't so busy doing deals with Rock Nation, they would have more money to pay their sanitation people and they wouldn't feel the need to have to strike.
It's bigger than us.
You know? It may be. All that education money. I wonder exactly how much of that was actually used for education. I mean, we already know that the whole situation with Long Island University over there in Brooklyn and the School of Hove is a whole mess. They promised people they would graduate with no debt, and all of them got debt about as high as the trash in Philadelphia right now, you know?
Here, Jay, I'm gonna circle back to the trial real quick. You
Spin the
mentioned,
block.
yeah, let's spin the block. You mentioned Armand Wiggins. He got a lot of flack for pouring all that baby
I ain't got
oil.
nothing to say to that boy. He
Yeah,
got it. He look. He's got the right celebrity auntie. Lou Nell and him are the best of buddies, and I'm glad that she actually had the decency to let him know that um, it looked crazy. And I love the way he liked bragging about that on TMZ. I really don't. I think the issue that everyone really ought to have with Armand Wiggins is the fact that he was literally there to find a way to make his career. He wasn't there for journalism. He wasn't there for the victims. He wasn't really even there for Diddy. He was there to audition to be a part of the Illuminati. And his new little rock symbol Illuminati chain that he likes to wear around his neck so that he can adorn them over those fake male tits that he got that everyone made fun of because it turned out botched and he had to have them fixed. Like, I think people should be a little bit more concerned with the fact that he's a Luciferian devil loving Diddyite than the baby oil. I think that, you know.
it,
I mean, there's plenty of idiots that was running around talking about baby oil
yeah. It
in
seems
New
like
York.
they
Like
they,
this
they
this guy, this guy right here. This guy right here. See him? See him? With his
yeah.
little travel bottle of baby oil. Like these people think this is funny. These
Yeah.
people think he got the travel bottle. Like he ain't the only one. I think the oil thing is enough to keep him from having to talk about whether or not he's getting ready for his next blood sacrifice ritual, or whether or not he's about to get plowed by 15 guys so he can officially be a part of the boule. See, I'd rather have that conversation. Yeah. Who cares about baby oil? They didn't. No matter how many people it was put on, that put them down and put them out. They didn't
Exactly.
care. Yeah, see, I'm more interested in that. I'm more interested in all of the people that were throwing up sixes, all of the people that were having their little Illuminati symbols on. There was a lot of that going on at that courthouse. Matter of fact, I saw that guy that they sent to accost me when I refused to talk to TMZ. The way my security detail had to literally spin that around because he refused to leave me alone. Like they were staging that at the courthouse just so that they could make the spectacle that we saw
Do,
happen.
do you agree with the family, Diddy's family, going there each time to just be part of that conversation? What
I
was
mean,
being
that's what
said from us?
Illuminati do. Ain't
Mm,
that what Rihanna did for ASAP Rocky when Tokapina got him off on a case that he surely should have went to jail for?
mm.
But then her daddy died and don't nobody actually know why. So
Hey, hey,
I mean, one nigga to save another. I don't know.
hey.
I'll tell you what I do know. He ain't had no problem with dropping her off and letting her go up there to New York so she could be threatened to be thrown out of a window or collect a check. That I do know.
Hey.
God, God rest his soul. I mean, they seem to be handling it real well. He died and they're off in Paris having a ball.
Mm.
That's funny. As we speak, I have more people coming through on my channel talking about how they got kicked out of my channel, how they're being thrown out of my channel left and right. Wonder why.
Mm. Mm. Interesting.
Mhm.
Let me ask you, how quickly that verdict came in. Did it go quicker than you expected, or did you expect them to
No,
take
because they
longer?
were deliberating before they went in to deliberate. You heard what this guy is, this alternate, this Mr.
Yeah.
Bean, Dr. Ozish looking guy.
Mm.
He does. He looks like Dr. Oz's son. You know, it's just so odd because he was an alternate juror. I don't even believe he was in the room, but yet he said that they were talking about it before deliberations, and all of the jurors were given specific instructions not to be talking about any of this. But then again, when you refuse to sequester the jury and you have a bunch of, weirdo YouTubers that are sleeping on street corners, hoping that people will send them donations so they can go and stay at a hostel because they couldn't afford $750 a night. They definitely couldn't afford the suite that I stayed in while I was there. That was $1,500 a night. Um, I just find it interesting that nobody thought that all of those little weirdo YouTubers weren't getting on trains and following some of those jurors home, allegedly.
Yeah.
I got three names. I wonder when I'm going to tell people and who I'm going to tell. Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
You could tell us, Jack.
Oh no, I wouldn't dare do that to your channel. The one thing I don't want to do is piss the feds off so much that they feel as though they need to come and talk to me and tell me that I'm not allowed to be online no more. We gonna play fair.
Let's play fair. And I know you spoke on Pierce Morgan. And we got to go back to it. Vlad was on Pierce Morgan with Tony Busby, and they
You
were
know who
speaking.
else was recently on Piers Morgan too? Ariel Mitchell.
Mhm. Come on, come on.
You still you still platforming her, huh? Pierce, you want to sit up there and you want to go back and forth with her about Diddy, but you don't want to ask her about why she put me in a lawsuit, named me as a Diddy employee of the criminal enterprise that now people are saying doesn't exist, and you had me doing all kinds of crazy things that it was earlier reported that Christina Coram did. When I was in jail in Chicago. I'm just trying to figure out. You want to press people. You want to press Superhead. I tell you one thing that I do know. Karrine Steffans knows how to get paid. God bless her. Or should I say, Elizabeth Olsen? I mean, that's what she prefers to be called now. Bet you she'll have just as nice a car as Gina Hunt real soon if she don't have it already. But I just find it interesting that you want to run down on Ariel Mitchell Kid about how fallible she is and everything. Why didn't you? I'm sorry, not Kid because she dropped the kid. You don't want to ask her about why she put my name in a lawsuit with a, a a real Diddy victim that you're representing, that you've done nothing with that case for. She wasn't on that stand. She wasn't on that stand, but you made sure she was in that documentary. But she wasn't on that stand. But you wanted to take Diddy down. But you got a real victim who was essayed with a remote control, and you were so pissed off that I made you look like an idiot, and that I took down your whole team, your whole team of your band of merry weirdo client, Courtney Burgess. That idiot actually sat there on Sean Atwood's platform and had the audacity to say that he saw me in the Diddy tapes that he had essaying my deceased son. Where's the tapes? Because she surely got on News Nation and said, before she got on Piers Morgan, pretending to be an ally, hoping that I would want to retain her so you could do a bang up job on my life like you done on Ashley Parham's. I think no, I think not. You
You
that
know,
that's who Pierce got over there. Yeah,
Courtney.
yeah, and Vladimir Lyuski sitting there going back and forth with Tony Busby. I saw it. And guess what? For whatever reason, anybody that has anything credible to say about any of these very, very, very real terrible things, Vladimir Lyuski, he can only seem to get, you're not credible. You're not credible. You're not credible. He was able to look at the camera less talking to Tony Busby than he was when he was talking to me. Starting to look like you're allergic to talking to the truth. Vladimir. I just can't wait to see when this mixtape that you DJing with Lord Jamar. I can't wait to see the apology to Farrakhan. I can't wait to hear it.
We gonna see. You know, Courtney Burgess, man, he had a course called Diddy. Lucifer. He's
Hmm.
the devil.
Yeah,
Um,
and he said that the Jigga Man and the Carters were wonderful people. Mhm.
it's a little, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
it really worked really nice. I mean, they did such a good job tainting this jury pool here on YouTube with characters like Courtney Burgess, with characters like Lamisha Fuller, who's still operating her YouTube channel now, even though she was recently, not long ago, arrested allegedly for had her ass right back down there, loose stare. I guess somebody from Yellow Beezy's crack house allegedly bailed her out so she could get back online and talk stupid. Ain't nobody heard from Adria English either, the woman who was running around calling herself She Diddy. Ain't nobody heard from Jamil T. Smallwood or whatever it was. Chris Todd. These were all Ariel's clients,
mm,
and they sat on Liar B's channel, Sean Atwood's channel, News Nation, Piers Morgan. Like all of these people did all of these interviews. We're talking at least 25 million views. All of those liars got. You telling me none of that got to any of those jurors? They made such a mockery of this case before it went to jury selection. And then they made a mockery of it. Wow. They were on trial. Like, are y'all not seeing how this works? Because I could have swore to God when I sat with Pierce Morgan, I said it's going to be little fires everywhere. And they've been working nonstop since I said that. Funny because they tried to find a way to attach them all to me, to discredit me in some way. And all I did was pull their card. Then they tried to keep me busy with the death of Angie Stone, which is funny because they made a mockery of that woman's death and everything that happened to her. And there really should be a real investigation on it, but unfortunately, it's only good enough to be YouTube content, right? So that they can keep sitting there distracting people and distracting people and distracting people away from the truth, hoping that the authorities won't be interested in prosecuting it, kind of like they did with the Shanquella Robinson case. Funny, now that there's an update, that man in makeup, who I do not believe was a real transgender anything, who snapped that poor child's neck, is now calling it self-defense. You know, it's funny. It seems like every case that YouTubers get involved with either gets someone trumped up on charges that aren't real or gets somebody off whose charges are. It's a whole lot of corruption. That's a whole lot of public corruption.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.